Hey guys, Emmy from Kiindred here. Today I've got Joe, who is our healthy home expert, and we're going to be taking a tour around my home. Not only have I had a real life experience when it comes to dampness and mould, but I've been able to see the issues it's caused with my little ones. So today, together with our friends at DeLonghi, we're going to be sharing with you ways that you can look out for these potential issues in your home to ensure you can all live happily and healthily. So obviously the kitchen is somewhere where I spend a lot of time. When the kids are always playing in the lounge room, I'm generally in here, tidying up or cooking or making snacks. So I know you're going to tell us a little bit about what we can look out for when it comes to moisture and dampness around the home.
Yeah, absolutely. First thing I always look at when I come into a place is under the sink here. And you grab yourself a torch and have a good look, because sometimes you can't see.
Lucky it's neat and tidy.
Don't be shocked. Actually, this is surprisingly good compared to a lot of places I look at. But it's not a place people often have a look. But get your nose in there, have a good sniff.
Okay.
See if you can smell any musty, mouldy smell. And sometimes it's just stagnant air under there is going to have a bit of a smell anyway, because you're not really under here very often. But see it on the back wall there, there's a few marks. It's a little bit, it can be a little bit of just grime build up, but it's potentially mould.
Wow.
Because anywhere where you've got dust or grease or something like that, that is perfect for mould. As soon as the moisture's there, the mould will grow.
Isn't that interesting? Because I would never get down there with a torch like that. And I think,
No.
We are always busy and doing things quite quickly, but yeah, you can really see that.
That's
now.
exactly right. And look, most people don't get down and have a look around anywhere with a torch. Now, see that braided hose?
Yep.
So braided hoses are quite common that they can just break. You could be away on holiday or something, and
fun.
So you can have. So it's sort of something that we generally say next time you get a plumber in, ask if they could change that, because that can be a problem, even though that looks like it's in fine condition.
Well, actually, funny you say that. It's fairly new because it was replaced, because it did leak behind there at some point. So if that had a previous leak, I guess I'm just trying to understand why that mould is at the back. Do you think it could have been from a prior leak and it's just built up over time, or can actually the products that you have under there contribute?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's the products that you've got under here. I mean, look, if you've got damp cloths and things under there and clutter, the dampness is going to add moisture to it, but it's generally like a little leak or something like that, or you've just got build up of grime or dust. So if you've got, if you're cooking meats and things, and then that's getting into the air and it's settling on surfaces, and of course you're always cleaning your benches and your walls, and around here, but you're not going to go
do
in
a deep
there.
clean. Yeah, I know you mentioned before about when you're cooking and everything going out into the lounge room. That is so true, because I know that whenever we're cooking anything down there, I can smell it upstairs.
Yes.
It really does build quite quickly. I do have an extractor fan, but I have no idea if it's any good or not.
I know, and see the problem here is it doesn't come out. It's so if you're cooking here, all that moisture is just going straight up into the air here. And then you've got your kettle, which obviously every time you're cooking there's boiling water.
I think the neighbours must be curious about what's floating up on that window.
Well, a lot of people sort of have it under here, like I do in my house.
Yeah.
And then you look at this and it all starts getting condensation all the time. So that's something to think about too. All these activities that you do in the kitchen, moisture into the air. And that moisture's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, that's so true. And I guess it all contributes to the overall moisture in the house. And if you can't put in a new extractor fan or, replace certain things, are there options? I mean, what can we do?
Yeah, well, I always say to people, if you're renting or whatever, and you ask your landlord, and often they'll say no, and he would probably say no, or she would probably say no because you've already got one. In that case, get a dehumidifier.
And you just have that near the kitchen? Or?
Yes, when you're cooking, just put it on when you're cooking. It'll just help draw the moisture out of the air.